Hello everyone, this is Mark TB again. I'm back. I did say I would post a second part to my Facebook Parenting for the Troubled Teen, and here I am, rocky like a hurricane with my second part. It's going to be short, sweet, and simple. Earlier I was kind of at a loss of words. I really had no idea what to say. I was kind of really bored. I was in a rush. I was going to go hang out with my friends. I had some things to do. But I am back. Alright. I did say earlier that there were pros and cons. I mentioned the pros. I never got really quite deep into the cons besides the obvious. Now let me get into the real con of this guy. I feel that all of whom are parents in America understand how rude kids can be. However, this Tommy Jordan took it to an explosive and dangerous level by his reaction. This is not the way to teach your kid how to deal with life or the things she disagrees with. The dad didn't like the daughter's behavior, so we got a gun? The fuck is wrong with you, redneck? The worst of all, anytime you bring a gun into the equation, you bring an element of uncertainty, foolishness, and disaster. This was very foolish and helps us understand perhaps where the daughter gets it from. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention the mere fact that, well, hold on, let me think this. Not to mention, this video doesn't even mention how rude she was. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry, that came out wrong. He was ungrateful. The daughter was ungrateful. However, he didn't elaborate too much besides reading the post. He only read the post. He didn't really elaborate too much. So it doesn't show how totally rude she was. It makes it look kind of one-sided. If you ask me. Not to mention, why? Just why would you make your daughter, who is practically jobless, wait for 3 years to pay for something that you would break, and by then it would be completely irrelevant? You are a fucking redneck, Tommy Jordan. You are a fucking redneck. I'm not trying to bash him personally, or, well, I kinda just did. I still respect what he did for his daughter. I respect how he took his decision to be pissed. I would be pissed too. But I just don't think it was a good idea that he brought a gun into the equation. Even though he was firing at a computer, I still don't think it was the greatest idea in the world. In fact, I thought it was one of the stupidest. And I'm not on the daughter's side by any means necessary. She had no right to shoot. Excuse me, she had no right to post anything like that. But it just goes to show you how much of a waste this parent is. You expect your daughter to do everything, miss one thing, she's grounded for 3 months. You call it tough love, you call it parenting, I don't give a care. I don't care what the fuck you call it, dude. But I think you're being a little over your head. To put it in a pun, you're just taking it a shot too hard there, Tommy. I'm sorry, this is just kinda mind-blowing. What disgusts me the most is just the whole gun thing. Even if he's shooting at a laptop, I find it putrid that he has to use a gun. It just brings a level of uncertainty and foolishness, and it just really does disgust me. Because every time you bring a gun into any situation, regardless of what it is, how minor or major, it brings an element of uncertainty, danger, disaster, and God knows what else. Tommy Jordan, I'm sorry. I respect you for being this parent of tough... Excuse me, I'm very sorry, people. Tommy Jordan, I respect you for being alert and alarmed. And, being aggravated and trying to take action and doing the take action. But the way you used it, not so good at all. A gun? Really? A gun? You couldn't have just grounded her and let that end? Or, well, that wouldn't have been any better. Don't be surprised if your ass gets made fun of on Ray William Johnson anytime soon, Thomas. Don't be surprised at all. I'm not trying to be mean here. And if I sound anything, I am sorry. I am just trying to verify here. But to be completely, totally honest, this was just not the right way to do it with a gun. He was firing at a laptop, but sure. And it's ironic as hell. Like I mentioned in part 1, he spent $130 on software for upgrades, and then he fucking shoots it, and now he expects his practically jobless daughter to pay for it? While she's grounded? What are you, smoking acid or something, dude? Unbelievable. And I'm sure he's not the only parent in America to be this disciplinary. Hey, I got, there are a few people I know. Not going to mention any names that have lives like this, except they don't get shot, their things don't get shot at. They just have angry parents. And I said before, it's endlessly debatable. You call it tough love, you call it powerful parenting, I don't care what you call it. I'm at a loss of words. I have mixed reactions, like I said about 1,000 times already. I respect this guy for being a tough man, but I do not respect the way he bought a gun into this situation. Not a good idea. Perhaps where his daughter got this from, Especially the fact that you bring a gun into this. Now you're going to go into school. She's going to go into school being ridiculed. And is that what you want for your daughter, for her to be ridiculed? You gotta forgive and forget, Thomas Jordan. You gotta forgive and forget, buddy. It's just a matter of time. I understand that you're disappointed, and I would be by this too. Wholeheartedly. But now you're gonna have your daughter telling you that she's being ridiculed in school, and it'll all be because of you. And I'm sure you're gonna regret it. I'm sorry, Thomas Jordan. Unbelievable. I'm sorry if I'm being a little crazy here. I'm kind of angry with the situation too. Anything I said that was really drastic, I did not mean for it to come out. God forgive me, please. But nonetheless, this probably isn't really going to be as short and as sweet as I was intending it to be. But nonetheless, this is just crazy. I'm at a loss of words. And I mean, this girl must have a hard time having a life. You got schoolwork and high school, not to mention, God knows. And then she's expected to do chores if she gets grounded for like half a year. Jesus Christ, she might as well do God knows what now. Might as well become like a lazy type of person. I don't know, because your redneck daddy ain't gonna let you do nothing. I mean, I'm sure eventually, or unless he's a type of man that remembers and never forgets anything, he probably won't unground her unless he feels so sorry. And he'll probably be yelling and bitching at her because she's not doing anything because she's grounded. Well, if she's grounded, then why are you going to be yelling and bitching at her? Huh? To be honest, it's just a totally odd concept. It's endlessly debatable. I'm not against Tommy Jordan. I'm not against his daughter. Oh, well, I am against his daughter. I am not against Tommy, but I am against his decision to use a gun and do this very unparalleled and kind of bizarre, fucked up way of tough love. Like I've already said about 5 times now, bringing a gun into anything, just not good. And clearly, Tommy, you did not have to do that. Because now you're going to be sitting here expecting your daughter, who's grounded and practically jobless, as you said in your video, Tommy, to pay for this shit. Unbelievable, dude. How is she gonna pay for it if she don't have any money? God gave you brains. That's why you gotta think with one. Like my parents told me. This is Mark TB. I hope you all have a great night. Feel free to post any comments. Please don't send me like death threats or anything. Whether you disagree with or agree with me or not, that's your opinion. I don't care. I will respect whatever opinion you have. It's just that Tommy Jordan, you didn't need to use a gun. I understand how pissed off you were, but you did not need to use a gun. Even if you were just shooting at a laptop, which you spent $130 upgrading on, and you expect your grounded daughter to pay for it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. In the field of mixed reactions, I am mixed, but I am starting to feel a little bit more discomforted. At the same time, I am, kind of somewhat on a field of giving respect to the guy for being a reactive, alarmed parent, but using guns and practically depriving your daughter of any teenage life. Not literally, of course, but you know. You know what I mean, dude. Just crazy. This is Mark TB signing off. I hope you all have a great night. Like I already said before, rate, comment, subscribe. Comment however you feel. You know, I respect whatever opinion you have. Peace out, everybody.